All right. We are good to go. Everything's set up, ready to go. I got about 15 seconds of nothingness. Let's see here. November 6th, Monday Night Raw. I'm G13.
And I'm K13_GG.
And I will say, coming into the night for this Raw, I was tired. Like, I was debating on going to bed. I'm pretty wore out from the weekend. Weekends are always big for me. I like watching racing, football. I mean, everything. On the weekend, I'm tuned into the TV.
And on the weekend, I'm tuned into my games because that's when my friends are on.
Yeah. I spent the weekend gaming. Usually weekends around here are our chill time. All right. So we start off Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Who comes out first?
It's Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. And what does he do?
He just talks.
He wants to thank two people. Who does he thank?
Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. He thanks Drew McIntyre because wrestling people like him make him a better wrestler. And what does he thank Sami Zayn for?
For stealing the briefcase so he didn't have to.
Whose briefcase?
Damien,
Senor Money in the Bank?
Damien
Priest. I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
So what happens between Seth and Sami?
They start a match later on at the main event. They start a match.
Well, yes.
Which we'll get into at the end of the video.
So Seth offers him a chance to wrestle for the heavyweight championship. And Sami says, well, you're not really 100%. He doesn't want to wrestle someone compromised. And, finally Seth convinces him to wrestle. And Sami says, well, let's wrestle tonight. So that's how we start off Raw. So I'm already more glued into this Raw than I was Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
This Raw started off good.
Yeah.
So we head into our first match of the night, which is the New Day.
The New Day versus Judgment Day.
Which would be
Damian Priest
and Finn Balor. Now this match started off with New Day just running through Finn Balor. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, that's New Day. They're just taking it to Finn Balor. Finn Balor makes the corner tags in Damian, and Xavier Woods is just manhandling Damian. What happens though? Take your time.
The Judgment.
Raw's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Forget that. Damian Priest and what's his name?
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor is like
they turn the tables. Yep.
Turn up the tables.
They're a good tag team. I mean, with Damian, you're pretty much going to outpower anyone.
And then we heard, was it after the match that they got that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso got a
We'll get to that later. But right before the New Day Judgment Day match, they show the Judgment Day locker room, and Damian's not happy about Sami Zayn stealing the briefcase. So he's already fired up for this match. So I'm pretty sure that's the fuel and the fire that helped the Judgment Day overcome the New Day. Do you remember what the next match was?
Was it the Fatal 4-Way match?
Nope. It was Alpha Academy.
Alpha.
Thank you! Again! Thank you! I love Alpha Academy. That's my favorite faction. They're fun.
My favorite faction is the Judgment Day.
The Judgment Day. I like Alpha Academy. They're just fun. Otis is a riot.
He
is. As a matter of fact, a little spoiler alert, we actually got to see Maxine do pre-wrestle tonight. And that's the match that you're going to go over. But we had Shinsuke and Akira Tozawa fight. And Akira Tozawa is just out of his mind. Was it last week he wrestled Bronson Reed?
He's just going way overboard with a new beginner. He's fighting Bronson Reed, and then now all of a sudden he's fighting Shinsuke.
Yep.
Next thing you know, he'll be fighting John Cena.
Right. He's just Well, good thing Chad Gable got a hold of him, and tomorrow night he's on NXT. So he might be wrestling someone a little more his size, hopefully. You know, I enjoy watching Tozawa. He comes out fast and furious. He's an intense wrestler. He really is. But at the end of the day, who wins this match? Shinsuke wins, which is that's the obvious choice. All right. So after the match, Shinsuke's in there just, enjoying his win, and who steps in the ring? Big Bad Otis.
Big Bad Otis.
And Shinsuke does what?
Runs away.
He just rolls out of the ring and walks. But Shinsuke's known for taking his time. Like, everything is on Shinsuke's time. So he wasn't going to wrestle Otis.
I never liked Shinsuke.
I really don't either.
I mean, I think it's funny.
It's not that I dislike him as a wrestler.
Yeah, but yeah. All right. What's the next match?
What's the next match?
The Fatal
4-Way. You're just itching to get to some of these matches because I'm letting you take the lead. So the Fatal 4-Way. What do we got?
The Miz.
Ricochet.
Big Bronson Reed. And Ivar. All right.
What I know. Let me help you out here. What was the funniest moment in this match?
Is this the match where? Okay, so I have it. Hold up, it's right. Should be right here. So who does it?
Ricochet,
Ivar, and Bronson Reed, right?
Right. What happens?
Bronson. So Ricochet's on the rope. Bronson smacks the rope, and then Ricochet just flies, does a somersault in the air, and then just lands on Ivar and makes that a move. Like
it was comical.
Hilarious.
It was like I've never seen it before.
It was hilarious.
Bronson pulled down on that top rope and slung Ricochet in the
air
like
a
slingshot.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
All right. And then the winner got to face.
Gets to face.
Gunther.
The Ring General. Gunther. For the
hold up, international title. Intercontinental.
Now, a reminder to everyone at home, we started watching wrestling in March. So we're still new to the game. So forgive us if we don't get people right or we don't know the storylines fully. We're getting there. We watch Raw and SmackDown. And then we're watching every pay-per-view. We love it. We watch NXT sometimes.
I have some funny moments written down on this.
For the Fatal 4-Way?
For the Fatal 4-Way.
Okay, go ahead.
I like how Ivar... Thankfully, I was looking up off my phone, trying to do this.
I'm taking notes. Yeah, it's hard taking notes and watching at the same time.
Okay, so I liked how Ivar and Bronson Reed just kicked each other and fell.
Yeah.
That was funny.
And then they also they cross-bodied to each other too outside of the ring. That was pretty.
And
funny.
then I like how everybody. So it's the Miz and Ricochet. And then Ivar and Bronson Reed are just on top, trying to pull each other down off of
in the corner.
They
were up on top rope.
Both of them. And then the Miz and Ricochet just pull them down, and they all collapse.
I can't remember. Was it Bronson Reed trying to suplex Ivar off the top rope? And then Ricochet and Miz came over and powerbombed Bronson Reed as he was suplexing Ivar off the top rope. I think that's the way it went.
Yes. But then they all collapsed.
But then, it was, and the ring shook. It was a good one. That was good. The ring didn't break. We haven't seen that for a long time, from what I understand.
And then we have Ivar. So Ivar is right here, and then Ricochet is right here down, and then Ivar jumps off the top ropes and splatting Ricochet.
So that's Ricochet. Was it the moonsault? He did the backflip? Yes. Okay. So at the end of this match, we have a double pin. What happens before the end of the match? Ricochet and the Miz are laying in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Bronson and Ivar are racing to the top rope in the corners, getting ready to do their finishers. Ivar wins the race. He does a moonsault and lands on Ricochet. And then Bronson Reed misses the Miz.
Miz.
And then what happens at the end of this match?
The Miz wins.
The Miz wins. So at the end of the match, Ivar's pinning Ricochet, and the Miz is pinning Bronson Reed after Bronson Reed missed the tsunami because the Miz got out of the way. The ref was kind of a slow count here. It was like 1, he checks, 2, checks both, and then by the time he gets to 3, what does Ricochet do?
Kick out.
Ricochet kicks out, but Bronson Reed doesn't, and the Miz wins his chance at Gunther. I don't know how to say it. I can never say it right. I hear him say it all the time. I can't do it.
All right.
But he's the ring general. And then what happens after Miz wins?
They all gang up on Miz, right?
No, Ivar gets mad.
Yeah.
And attacks the Miz, and then the crowd yells, "You suck! You suck! You suck!"
I like when they do that.
I don't like that word, but I like when the crowd gets into it.
Okay, so what was the next match?
The next match we have is... The next match, well, in between this match, we learned that next week on Raw, we have Otis versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So Shinsuke is going to get in the ring with Otis next week. And then we also learned that Akira Tozawa wrestles tomorrow night on NXT. But the next match, you really don't like these guys. Like, I mean, it's not like they don't interest you. The DIY and the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers are new.
Skip, not kidding.
No, don't skip. So the Creed brothers have Ivy Nile, which is the girl that's with them. They just signed their contracts for Raw. We saw that on TV tonight. So they beat last week. They beat Alpha Academy, which I was upset about that. Oh well. But in this match, you just go get a drink. Yes. In this match, you see the Creed brothers. They're athletic. I mean, they're a good sign. I figure they're a sign because Ivar's partner is out had neck surgery, so he's out for a while. So I'm assuming this is why the Creed brothers are getting moved up because they need another tag team, up in the ranks of the Raw. But in the end, Imperium comes out and Kaiser interferes. DIY, Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are a good team. The Creed brothers are a good team too. They're just not as experienced, and it looks like DIY is going to win. Kaiser comes in, interferes, and the Creed brothers end up winning this match.
All right.
And then before we get to the next match, in between these two matches, we learn that my man Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
My man.
Nah, your man is John Cena, but we like Uso in this household. We do. We like Uso. We love Uso. My wife, your mom, she likes Uso. She says if we ever go to Raw, I'm getting a main event shirt. Main event Jey Uso.
She really does.
That's what your mom says. She goes, "Oh, I'm getting me an Uso shirt." But anyway, so we learned that Cody and Jey get their rematch with Judgment Day next week on Raw for tag team titles.
Let's hope they get it back.
Let's hope. So next week, I'm looking forward to Damian cashing in somehow and getting the heavyweight title. And I'm looking for Jey and Cody to win the tag team titles back. But this next match is one that we learned at the beginning of that was going to happen. You're excited and you want to take this match too.
Yes. Is it the Women's Royal Rumble?
Yep, the
right?
Women's Royal Rumble sure is.
All right. So before I talk about this, winner of this got to face Rhea Ripley for her what is it called? What title is it?
The Women's Championship title.
Women's Championship title, and then it's funny because like it's completely chaos.
It is. It's fun to watch. A lot of people don't like it because there's not big moves in the Royal Rumble, but I like the chaos of it. Yeah. I love the chaos of the Royal Rumble.
And then before, the man was gonna battle.
The man.
I mean, Becky Lynch.
No, the man, Becky Lynch. Yeah, finish it all the way. The man, Becky Lynch.
And then she was gonna fight, but Xia Li came out, attacked her, and then she didn't get to fight.
Yep. So it looks like she has a concussion because she couldn't remember what happened. And then Xia Li gets ejected from the match before the match even starts. So Xia Li and Becky Lynch are out before the match even starts, thanks to Xia Li.
And then I also like this. This match the girl of Alpha Academy.
Yep.
First time
Maxine
fighting.
Dupree, that we've seen.
Yeah.
She might have wrestled before we started watching, but I've never seen her wrestle till now.
But I like this part because when Nia throws her out, she does the pose.
Nia does, yep.
And then she says, thank you.
Oh, Maxine, or talking about Nia does it?
Nia, after throwing out the girl from Alpha Academy, she
Dupree.
goes, thank you.
Yep.
Nia does.
I can't remember who did Maxine Dupree eliminate. I can't remember now. I can't. Oh, well, it was chaos, though.
Yeah.
So keep going.
We thought Nia got thrown out because it was ad break. So we thought Nia would get thrown out, but she was hiding.
Yeah, I can't believe we missed her in the ring. I was like, I don't see Nia, and all of a sudden she was there.
And then, 3 minutes later, they throw Nia out.
Yep.
And then it's complete chaos right there. It just when Nia gets out, it just starts getting everybody's holding onto the ropes, just kicking each other and trying to knock each other off. But at the end, Zoe Stark gets the W.
Zoe Stark gets the W. Some other highlights. It's Ivy Niles' first match since signing with Raw. She does very well. I think she had a couple eliminations. At the end, we had Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, and Zoe Stark. And of course, Zoe Stark and Shayna team up, throw Raquel out, and then Zoe Stark ended up DDTing Shayna Baszler off the apron and wins.
Yep.
In between this match,
this is the main event.
We're almost there. But in between this match and the main event, we learned that next week, The Miz takes on Ivar. So it's going to be like Ivar wants some revenge. Miz, I'm glad Miz got a W. I mean, ever since we've been watching The Miz, has been a punching bag.
Miz TV.
I mean, we started out watching The Miz where Snoop Dogg laid the people's elbow to him. That's what I mean. It's just been one thing after another for Miz. You know, Crown World was a good thing for him. You're itching to get to this main event. Sit down. Sit down, all right.
It's just so good. The main event's so good.
So we have Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. The beginning of this match, it was slow. A lot of grappling, a lot of staring, a lot of just a whole lot of nothingness going on. When we go to commercial, when we come back, it had finally sped up. We see chops. And then we see moonsaults. We see just the haluva kick, the pedigree. I mean, we're seeing it all. I mean, Seth Rollins, with his hurt back, is pulling off moves that someone with the hurt back should not be pulling off. And Sami saying it is just it was a good match. They're both, they're equal fit. They're equal in the ring, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, Seth Rollins comes through with the reversal and pins Sami Zayn. And this is where we're waiting. I'm like, oh, this is it. Damian Priest is coming to cash in. Damian Priest is coming to cash in. Well, Damian Priest comes out, but he's not the only one.
It's the whole except Rhea Ripley.
It's all the Judgment Day, and they just start.
My favorite.
They just start waylaying on Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins, and then all of a sudden we hear Usos music hit.
And then we hear Cody Rhodes.
Uso comes in and he starts super kicking.
And then security comes out. Everybody comes out. And then, well, not all the wrestlers, but security and stuff. And then someone goes into the middle of the ring and says,
the Raw manager,
and says, "Do you guys want to fight? Do y'all want to fight?" And then now we're seeing everybody fight in the next pay-per-view called
War Games Survivor Series.
So yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's War Games or Survivor Series, but he said you guys are going to fight on War Games, which is, the way I understand, this is new to us. There's 2 rings, and a cage comes over the 2 rings. So on one side we'll have, I guess we're going to have JD McDonough, Damian Priest, Dirty Dong, and Finn Balor, Judgment Day. And on the other side we're going to have Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso.
Is it a 4v4?
It's a 4v4. I'm
how
guessing,
do they get to each other?
The 2 rings are open to each other. The cage goes all the way around both rings, is the way I understand it. but I always thought it was 10 people. So I don't know if it's going to be 8 this time or what. I don't know how it works. We'll see how it works. But Raw has just been on fire lately.
Yeah.
These brawls at the end have been
like stressful.
They've been exciting. It's a good way to cap off Raw. And I should have seen it coming that this is what we're leading to, but I didn't know War Games Survivor Series was a thing. You know, so now I know that it is. And the storyline for Raw is going good.
Wait, did we already say who won it?
Who won what?
Not Sami Zayn.
Seth Rollins put reversal on Sami Zayn and pinned him, yes.
Yep, and retained.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's our Raw recap.
Yep. Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
Not really?
I mean, I just want to, I'm just surprised everybody got Nia Jax out.
Yeah. I expected Nia to win.
They were all, at the very beginning, it was just Rampage. They were all teaming up on Nia Jax.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting Zoe, Raquel, or Shayna, or Nia to win. I was expecting someone else to rise up and get a shot. But it's Zoe. I don't see Zoe winning. I don't see Zoe beating.
I mean, I wanted Zoe to win, but I also
I don't see Zoe beating Rhea at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Or War Games, whichever one it is.
Yeah. Well,
You done?
yep, had fun with you.
All right, yep. Another episode gone. Raw recap for November 6th, 2023. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.